So I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with cloud storage. On one hand, it's one of the most useful things ever created. Like the fact that I can take a photo on my phone and it just shows up on my laptop a few seconds later still feels kind of wild if you think about it. But on the other hand, most people eventually run into the same problem. You hit that storage limit, and suddenly, Google Drive is telling you, your storage is full. And now you're stuck either deleting stuff or paying monthly for storage you didn't think you'd need. So, I wanted to fix that. I went through a bunch of the most popular free cloud storage services in 2026. I tested them, compared them, and tried to figure out something simple. Which ones are actually worth using, and which ones are just taking up space on the internet? And yeah, some of the results honestly surprised me. Because a couple of these services give you way more free storage than you'd expect, while others, feel like they're free just to get you to upgrade later. So let's go through the top 10 free cloud storage services you can actually use right now. No fluff, they just work. I'll be judging them based on how much free storage you actually get, how easy it is to use day to day, upload and sync speed, and whether it feels usable or just annoying. Because honestly, a service can give you 20 gigabytes for free, but it's painful to use. At the end, I will be giving my final thoughts based on their pros and cons to help you decide which one may be the right fit for you. So stay tuned till the end of the video. All right, let's get into it. Starting at number 10, we've got Box. Now, Box is interesting because it doesn't really feel like a personal cloud storage tool. It feels more like something you'd see in an office. And that kind of makes sense because it's heavily focused on collaboration. You get around 10 gigabytes free, which is actually decent compared to some smaller services. But here's the thing. It's not really built for dumping your phone photos or personal videos. It's more for documents, PDFs, team files, that kind of thing. One thing I do like, though, is the sharing system. It's clean, it's structured, and it just works. But for most casual users, it feels a bit corporate. Not bad, just not exciting. At number 9, we have Icedrive. This one actually surprised me a bit, because the interface is genuinely nice. Like, really clean. No clutter, no confusing menus, nothing weird. You get 10 gigabytes free and everything just feels smooth. But what stood out more than anything is the design. It almost feels like the person who built it actually cared about how it looks. And if you've ever used older cloud storage tools, you'll know that's not always the case. There's also a strong focus on privacy here, which is becoming more and more important these days. It's not the biggest player in this space, but it's one of those services that just feels pleasant to use. And that matters more than people think. Now, number 8 is Internxt. Good luck pronouncing that. Haha. Jokes aside, guys, seriously, this one is all about privacy. If you're someone who doesn't like the idea of big companies potentially scanning or analyzing your files, then this is the direction you'd look. Everything is end-to-end encrypted, which basically means your files are locked before they even leave your device and only you can unlock them. Now, the problem is that the free storage isn't huge, but that's kind of the trade-off with privacy-focused services. Less convenient sometimes, but more control. It's not the kind of cloud storage you casually dump everything into. It's more for sensitive files, documents, backups you actually care about. At number 7, sync.com. This is another privacy-heavy option, and honestly, it's one of the more established ones in this category. You get around 5 gigabytes free, but the real selling point is zero-knowledge encryption, which basically means even Sync itself can't see your files. Now, depending on how you feel about that, it's either amazing or slightly inconvenient. If you forget your password, oops! But for sensitive data contracts, work files, personal backups, it's solid. It's not flashy, it's not trying to be trendy. It just focuses on security and file syncing. Alright, this next one on number 6 is kind of wild. It's TeraBox. So they give you 1 terabyte of free storage. Yeah, you heard it right. 1 terabyte. And when I first saw that, I honestly thought, okay, there must be a catch. Because that's a lot for free. And there kind of is. You'll deal with ads, and the experience isn't as polished as some of the others. But if your main goal is just storing as many files as possible without paying, it's hard to ignore this one. Like you could back up your entire phone, all your videos, everything, and still not fill it. So yeah, not perfect, but extremely generous. Number 5, Dropbox. This is one of those services that's been around forever. And even though the free plan isn't huge anymore, the syncing is still ridiculously good. Like, you drop a file in one device and it shows up everywhere almost instantly. No delays, no weird issues, it just works. And honestly, that's why people still use it. It's not about free space anymore. It's about reliability. If you want something simple that you don't have to think about, Dropbox still delivers. At number 4 is Mega. And this one has been popular for a long time for one main reason: free storage and privacy. Mega has always positioned itself as a more secure alternative to mainstream cloud service. And even though things have changed over the years, it still remains one of the more generous options out there. What people usually like is the combination of decent free storage, encrypted files, easy sharing links. While it may not have the fastest or most modern interface, but it gets the job done. At number 3, we have OneDrive. Now, if you're using Windows, chances are you've already used it without even thinking about it. And that's kind of its biggest advantage. It's built directly into Windows and Microsoft Office. So saving files, backing things up, or syncing documents just feels automatic. You don't really have to think about it. And for students or professionals, that convenience is a big deal. It's not the flashiest option, but it blends into your workflow really well. At number 2 comes Google Drive. And yeah, no surprise here. This is probably the one most people already use. But there's a reason for that. It just works everywhere. Android, Gmail, Docs, Photos, everything is connected. And that ecosystem is pretty hard to beat. Sharing files is easy, collaboration is smooth, and most people already have it installed on their phones without even realizing it. The downside? Well, the storage fills up fast. And once it does, Google is very quick to remind you. But in terms of overall experience, it's still one of the best. And at number 1, it's pCloud. Now, this one doesn't always get as much attention as Google Drive or OneDrive, but in my experience, it's one of the most balanced options out there. It's fast, it's clean, and it works across basically every device. What I like most is that it doesn't feel overloaded. Some cloud services try to do everything at once and end up feeling messy. pCloud keeps things simple, and that simplicity actually makes it more enjoyable to use long term. If I had to pick one service that just quietly gets everything right, it would probably be this. So after testing all of these, here's how I'd actually break it down. If you want maximum free storage, TeraBox is insane. If you care about privacy, then Sync, Internxt, and Mega are your best bets. If you want convenience, then Google Drive and OneDrive are still the safest choices. Speaking of these two services, I have a video comparing Google Drive and OneDrive, the link I will leave in the description, or you can find it at the end of this video as it pops up towards the end. And if you just want something clean, fast, and reliable without thinking too much, then pCloud is probably the sleeper pick. But honestly, the best one depends entirely on how you use it. There's no perfect option, just trade-offs.